a lot of things according documents and law. It's a long process, and we understand that we maybe need a lot of expertise, a lot of consultation of this. Also can be challenged. It's financial because it's also about money, and it's needed a lot of things to do. It's about public opinion at home. It's about public opinion in member states, and it's little bit like always agreement. It's about economical situation also, and it's also environmental situation and
International Association of Universities and the American International Federation for Education. We invite you today to attend the second session of the 51st International Conference via live broadcast on the International Association of Universities YouTube page. Dia Osama Ahmed Al-Mustafa is the CEO of Metamadia Global Hub in Dubai. Dr. Malik Razlan is a lecturer in the Department of International Law and Diplomatic Relations at the Stanford School of Professional Studies. Rana Bashrat Ali Khan is a prominent British-Pakistani humanitarian, peace activist, and motivational speaker. Dia Luis Alberto, he is a Doctor of Philosophy in Criminology, PhD from Cambridge University. She is Lilia KFK. She works at the Council of Europe.
Yes.
Again.
You're going to start from the beginning?
They move the video again. And we can start again.
Start from the beginning?
We repeated this conversation again.
Okay.
The 51st International Conference
They
entitled
started
Public
to
International Law
show
and
us
Diplomacy of
video
International Organizations.
about the second session.
Sponsored by the International Association of Universities and the American International Federation for Education, we invite you today to attend the second session of the 51st International Conference via live broadcast on the International Association of Universities YouTube page.
Okay, we can continue. Dr. Ilya.
International Law and Diplomatic Relations at the Stanford School of
International Union of Universities.
is a prominent British-Pakistani
International Union of Universities Global Network of Excellence. Discover the International Union of Universities. It is an academic umbrella, group of universities and higher education institutions that seeks to be a leading beacon of knowledge in the academic field. It supports close cooperation and coordination of efforts and tireless endeavors to develop universities, stimulate excellence, and confirm quality control and accreditation. The union includes a number of organizations, councils, and associations of the International Union of Universities. 1 University Council ... to Association of Academics ... 3 Council for Academic Accreditation and Quality in Assurance ... for Council of Research, Publishing and Libraries ... 5 Council for Investment and Sustainable Development. 6 Central Committee for Classifications ... 7 International Council for Renewable Energy. 8 Complementary Medicine Organization ... 9 International Association of Professional Coaches ... 10 International Schools Organization. 11 International Association of Jurists ... 12 International Dental Association. Number of members. It includes 211 universities, 211 and more than 1,500 academics from around the world. Achievements and activities of the International University Association: 50 international conferences, 23 international exhibitions, 13 international summits, 7 international forums, more than 100 seminars and workshops. Universities and academics members of the Union are from the following countries: 1 Turkey, 2 Morocco, 3 Libya, for Tunisia, 5 Mauritania, 6 Sudan, 7 Egypt, 8 Ethiopia, 9 Nigeria, 10 Niger, 11 Kenya, Comoros, 13 Iraq, 14 Liverpool, 15 the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, 16 Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, 17 Qatar, 18 United Arab Emirates, 19 Sultanate of Oman, 20 Bahrain, to 1 Kuwait, 22 Georgia, 23 Bulgaria.
Dr. Osama,
Yes, I
I
don't
think
know.
that there is a technical flaw. Please excuse me, Dr. Lilia. We are really appreciate your.
It's like a challenge to the
Patient.
resilience.
This is zero. This is zero.
So
We can
really,
continue after
we have.
showing the video.
It's better if we can just.
This is just a
control.
video introducing the union. Just a video introducing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
You can
Dr.
continue, Dr. Ilya. And Dr. Osama, we really sorry. And I apologize about all the member in union.
No problem, but we have to communicate right now with the technical people because.
Okay, Dr. Lilia, thanks for your patience. Thank you very much. You can continue.
Okay, continue. Yeah, okay, I continue. Okay, stop. Yeah, because we can apologize a lot of time. Yeah, okay, I want to share it. Maybe now I make decision to change my presentation, and I try only to say about examples at the beginning of Ukrainian's application process for EU membership. And so in 28th of February 2022 years, you remember our president of Ukraine signed the application of EU membership, and the process is started. And for this period, during the visit to Ukraine, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, it was in April, 8th of April, handed President Volodymyr Zelensky a questionnaire to access Ukrainians' red lines to begin negotiations on EU membership. By April, 18th of April, it's after 10 days like this, yes, the Ukrainian side had managed to prepare and submit responses to the first part of questionnaire. And in May, the open of May, the second part. It's important to know that more than 3,000 experts from various governmental institutions and non-government expert contexts participated in preparing to this report of Ukraine. Based on Ukrainians' responses, the European Commission published its opinion on Ukrainians' membership application. It was in June, and you see how it's so fast everything can be, if you have motivation to this one. Along with the recommendation to grant Ukrainian European perspective and candidate status, the Commission also set out a number of requirements that Ukraine must meet for first stage of other process. Yeah, and also I have to notice that at the European Council Summit, it was in the end of June 2022 year, a historical decision was made by EU members to grant Ukraine candidate status, along with the formalized requirement for Ukraine to complete seven steps. It's 7 steps now. We work with them, and following this, work began on implementing the requirements as well as intensification the implementation of the EU-Ukraine Association Agreement. A joint statement was signed by the heads of the state, government, and parliament, which outlined the necessary of making rapid integration steps. In parallel, work was ongoing at the governmental and parliamentary levels to deepen sectoral integration. And what kind of result we have now? The European Council decision to grant Ukraine a European perspective and candidate status for EU membership is a scientific diplomatic achievement for Ukraine, which will be determined by the dynamics and direction of integration efforts for years to come. However, After like this process and get this candidate status, Ukraine demonstrated internal progress in different stage, which European Council and European Union was published for us. It's a 7 requirement step by the European Commission. And by the end of 2022 year, the Ukraine-EU summit, and it was a high-level like event which give opportunity to show what kind of steps we solved and what kind of challenge we have. It was a good summit which gave us this opportunity. Accordingly, the European Commission didn't provide an assessment like second part of this questionnaire, and it's not good for us because we have to do more and more faster, because we haven't a lot of resources, and every day war is like make us not so strong and take a lot of energy, a lot of resilience, a lot of life, and destroy the whole country. So in December, the Ukrainian parliament sought to actively address the situation by passing several laws in European Commission recommendations in preparation for the next meeting in the next year. At the same time, in practical level, Ukraine made progress in sectoral integration, and it was connected with energy, with economy, transport, and customs. Also in March, yes, we have a lot of efforts by Ukrainian diplomats and the energy sector. Ukraine joined the European Energy Network, ENTSO-E, call it, and the European Network of Transmission System Operator, a year ahead of schedule. In April, Ukrenergo received observer status in this connection, and joining the energy network allowed Ukraine to increase electricity export. But in June, EU completely lifted trade restriction on Ukraine exports for 1 year, including import duties, anti-dumping, and protective measures. Also in June, an agreement was signed between the EU and Ukraine, accepting Ukrainian rights from the need for license and transit through the EU during for 1 year. This is good result which we get during like several months, because it's according on also a lot of documents we can implement it in our law. In October, Ukrainians' participation in the Convention on Common Transit Procedure came into effect, allowing the international movement of goods with 35 other participant countries using a signed transit document. So expert, like now we have opportunity more expert something. And also I want to share it that now we have a lot of challenge with our border, and it's also about critical infrastructure, because if we started process of EU integration, we need resources to be a part of European integration. Also, I had some meetings with NATO 1 week ago, and they pay a lot of attention to equipment, especially in gender agenda, because there are a lot of women which go to the war, and they needed support from NATO, and NATO give this support. And also we discussed about this information and everything which connected with this topic. This is the top topic now for NATO, and I think so we have to thinking about in what way we have to change roadmap relationship between EU and NATO and other organization, because United Nations also, because it's geopolitical safety, geopolitical agenda, and diplomatic corpus have to pay another attention, maybe more attention, in high level attention. And for example, also last year week I was also in Bundestag in Berlin, and we talked with memberships of parliament in Berlin about another view, about another documents which have to be implemented together. And I think so everything which connected with relationship between EU, between NATO and other diplomatic corpus, it have to be in another agenda. And maybe our conference, I don't know, also can give advice and recommendation to this one point. Thank you very much. I think so it's enough to shortly presentation, and I give my speech, my microphone to another speakers.
Dr. Usama.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Lili. It was great to hear your paper and about the European and Ukraine and about all these issues. And I have just one question is about the young people and new technology like AI and metaverse. If there is any field for the young people to join this, to make an implementation and commitment with this new era to build the future of the country?
It's to me question, yeah?
I have to repeat the question?
No, it's to me question because I
Yes,
don't...
yes.
Okay. Yeah, of course, we try to pay attention if we have resources for this. For us now, it's young and future generation. It's important part of public involvement, you know, and we teach a lot of our students, a lot of our like future young person generation, but I understand that you mean now we have a little bit problems with these tools like this, yeah, and yeah, maybe if we have resources, we more and more involved and integrated.
Thank you so much. There is any question, Dr. Malak?
Dr. Usama, this is the one question for Dr. Leah. What is the difference with soon arrest in the international community regarding the attacking?
It's what is the difference? What do you mean? What is the difference? I think so. International community, we haven't a lot of difference. I think so. International community has a lot of myths about Ukraine. I like this, yeah, and I think so. Now the situation and view of this one is a change, and I think so. Before we had an opportunity, like a huge opportunity, to share it about Ukraine, about our results, about our attendance, about everything, yeah, because really we have a lot of high-level people, expertise people, and you know, then I came, for example, to Brussels and talked with a lot of people in Brussels. They looked to me, to my CV, and said, "How you can do it, everything?" For them, it's like so huge, and they don't understand. And I think so. It's connected with like you know, information about who is Ukrainian, who is the what is the country, and if we say about attendance. Yeah, it's because we have an opportunity to share it everything, and now, okay, war, like one of the plus of this war, it's give us opportunity to share it a lot of information, expertise, and to be a part of integration community. But we have a lot of experience to share it with international community also, not only like one side. It's both sides have to be. And this is good that now I have opportunity to say about that the Ukrainian people, it's a great people with high-level education, with a lot of experience, a lot of expertise. Of course, we have an opportunity to...
Okay, Doctor, but they wondered what will the international community offer so that we can mention peace between countries by using diplomacy.
Sorry, I don't understand. What do you mean? Peace
What
between
will the
countries?
international community offer so that we can mention peace between countries by using diplomacy? They wondered and asked you.
Peace can be only, sorry, but peace can be only if everything come back to Ukraine. It's only in one way. Sorry, 2015 years, we say, okay, we have negotiation with Russia, and after that, okay, we make agreement that everything will be okay. But 3 years ago, it's not okay, and who can be sure that after that something to change in a good way or bad way? Sorry, but peace can be only in one way, if all our territory and everything come back to Ukraine, because it's our independence, it's our border, it's our peace, and it's our people and our everything. It's like I come now to you and take everything of you. I said sorry, but now it's mine. What with the peace?
Okay, Dr. Ray would like to edit that diplomacy and international organization are closely linked to international law by applying the foundation of diplomatic dialogue
Yeah.
with the correct approach, which make this cooperation in political work uh, productive and effective. Now we turn the world to Dr. Rani, Dr. Usama, because we didn't have more any questions. Dr. Usama.
I can't hear you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lily, for
Dr. Lali, we
preparation.
all appreciate your efforts
Appreciating.
and response.
Yeah.
Response. Okay, Dr. Usama, are you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay.
So
Dr.
we are
Lali.
going to Dr. Rana Bisharat,
Okay.
the expert in human rights and the head of IHRM. He has very a unique experience in leading of human rights, more than 30 years under his foundation, International Human Rights Movement. This is the time for you to give us your vision and mission, and also your advice for the whole people all over the world who's looking for the and to be together forever for each person all over the world. Dr. Bisharat, the microphone with you.
Thank you, respectable delegate, ambassador, human rights workers, listener, audience, and human rights defender around the world. It is such a great privilege and honor to be a part of such a great speakers from around the world with a multi-language background, multi-color, multi-religion background, and the full of powerhouse of knowledge. I can also welcome the people who are listening on a YouTube and a social media and a Facebook. I want to confirm in the end of my speech, I'm available to answer all the questions and any concern which will raise by your local audience. Thank you for joining me today as we discuss some critical element of international diplomacy and role of global organization in shaping better, more united world. The topic I will touch on today are not only practical on our modern world, but are fundamental for any community and understand how the global society function. Principle of public law. That is one of the major principle we have to understand, and we have to aware of this. Being the principle of public international law provide the function upon which related between nation and build their principal promise peace, security, and cooperation between countries, religion, and background. They guide how nation interests increase the state, respect each other, solidarity, and uphold human rights and protect people during time of war. In the world where conflict is common, these principles are beacon of justice. They remind us that no country stand alone, what effort one affect all. The United Nations and the specialized organization next to the United Nations, UN, pillar of global peace and cooperation established after World War II. The UN worked to prevent conflict between countries and between nations, human rights, and promote sustainable development through specialized engagement such as UNICEF of Children Welfare, WHO for Health, and UNICEF of Education. The UN support the countries address some of the world's most urgent challenges. The United Nations is not gathering of nations. It is a platform for human. It is a platform for justice. It is a platform to speak. It is a platform to let's work together and bring the peace, justice for a security. Mutual understanding and most powerful diplomacy is the key for a success. Bring colors, culture, religion, and nation on a one stage to find out the solution for a global disagreement, especially for a war. We are in United Nations fighting against all kind of injustice. As global organization, we advocate for human rights in Palestine. We advocate human rights for Syria, for Ukraine, for Burma, for Kashmir, regardless their color, their culture, and their background. The language of Arab state, the prime example for region cooperation, formed to promote culture and political value among other nations. We are not here the group of people who speak Arabic or who can want to defend the Arab League. We are working to bring the all kind of nation together. In this modern world where we all are global villagers, we are part of the small community. It is such a great honor sitting from my home in Bristol, United Kingdom. I'm addressing right this moment throughout this global technology, this latest pillars. I can discuss all kind of issue in regard the boundaries and color and countries boundaries. I can speak anyone. This is a key for diplomacy. Before few hundred years ago, not more than 50 years ago, we used to travel years and years to discuss the small issues between nations. But no, these steps are only one phone call or one Zoom call away. So we need to use these weapons. The other example, the European Union and NATO. The European Union, EU, and NATO are two key organizations. They have contributed significant peace and stability in Europe and EU, with a focus of economic and political cooperation, has transformed from Europe into zone of peace after centuries of conflict. This is one of the great examples for us and for the rest of the world. If Europe become a peaceful society after decades of conflict and wars, so why not we can bring a peace between the nation which are fighting for many reasons and affected the innocent people. Diplomacy is a key for these success. One of the great diplomatic success is in a modern area, in modern world, is a success of peace in Middle East and success of peace in Europe. We can take this copy paste and implement these rule and regulation of great success of diplomacy in Pakistan and Kashmir and Iraq and Yemen and Syria and Palestine. So we need to come and unite and engage our youth in diplomatic way to understand what and how we can achieve with a peaceful dialogue between nations and between countries. African Union is one of the great examples for us in 2065 vision. They are one of the strongest and powerful vision for after 40 years they are planning. Turning Africa in African Union vision is 2065 is emotional plan for future. It is evidence that if the nation want to change themselves, they can change with the diplomacy rather than. Can you please switch off the mic? Yeah. And social development. The African Union aims to position Africa as a global leader by 2065. Look at the whole gracefully they are bringing with the hope and justice and equality for Africa, bringing as a global leader in next 40 years. This is can possible if the Berlin Wall can demolish, if the war between European countries can finish. So why not Africa can dream big for 2065? It is only 40 years we will witness if by the grace of God, if we are alive till that time, that Africa will one of the most powerful in a diplomatic status. US foreign policy is one of the great example for us. The United Nations under the president and under the parliament, the US is planning to bring justice around the world. This is a great example for us, like people who are working from different part of the world. Mr. Osama, I can see Dr. Malik and people, other speakers, they will agree with me. People like you who will train our upcoming generation in diplomatic way, who can engage our generation, who can open the barriers and door for these big union and big tech organization to become a part of this. This is only possible if we train them, if we let them hand for success, if we guide them. This is the way you need to be a diplomat, you need to be a peacemaker, you need to be an advocate for a peace. This is the short and this is a strong message. We can left a legacy behind us. People will follow our road step. EU foreign policy and relation is one of the other example. Look at the European Parliament and EU. Simply, the European Parliament foreign policy is highlighting engaging with the international organization. The EU commitment and human rights, climate change, and the global development make a critical partner in the international organization like UN, the World Trade Organization. The EU multiple approach strengthen its interpersonal and human step on the next level, promoting rule basic international order where diplomacy turns with the conflict. So our subjects, how we can benefit our upcoming generation, how they become a diplomat, how they become a powerful diplomat in this global village. China foreign policy and relationship with international organization. Look at one of the great example we have of China. Look at where China was 50 years back, where the China right now, one of the global more economical superpower China is right now, without war, without any conflict, just bringing their basic people on a better life. China changed the shape of the world. China declared that there is not only you can be a superpower by attacking other countries or by being a powerful weapon or biggest army in the world. Yes, you can reach and you can get success in these platforms only by the strong Chinese relationship. Let's focus on the Chinese diplomats and Chinese over international policy. Finally, China's foreign policy has become an internationally promote global affairs. China is a prominent member of the United Nations Security Council and deeply involved organizations such as World Health Organization, the International Minority Fund, and the World Trade Organization. China built the World Trade Organization, the road diplomatic. That is one of the great examples for the rest of the world. If you have strong diplomats, if you have a strong foreign policy, you don't need to win people with your war. You don't want to be a superpower, being attack or demolish or getting a power on the other country. You can be a superpower with a strong diplomatic behavior. This is one of the great example China provide for the rest of the world. This will be example, and this will be teach and learn in the colleges and universities for a new diplomats. Yes, if we have a strong economic diplomatic, if we have a strong diplomat to bring our youth, our basic people on the global level, as China continues raising its relationship with the international organization, will shape only future, but the future of global governance. Look at example, China never ever have a fight in last 50 years with any country. China never ever have any terrorist activities with any country. But silently, with their strong diplomacy, they become a powerful nation on the planet. This is the way I believe as our responsibility. People who know the society better than other people who have experience, like Mr. Osama, like our previous speaker and our honorable guest, they will change the shape. I want to say thank you to international organizations such like you, American Federation of Human Rights, and the other organizations who are providing this platform. So people who are new in this era, people who are joining new, the youth force, we can teach them that if you want to bring the change, learn a diplomatic skill, learn a diplomatic policy, waste your wrong interest of idea, bring your interest to bring a better future for not only for you, for the people around us, the people who are affected by the war. Right this moment, while we are in a Zoom conference, while I was addressing you in last 13 minutes, more than 163 people die because of the conflict and because of the war. This can be a change if the European Union, if the Europe can be a peaceful society among us. They can finish their border, they can decrease their border forces, so they can be a use of one single currency in more than 26 countries. So yes, we can bring this change in a Middle East. Yes, we can help Africa by the diplomatic way to bring their future African in 2026. United Nations is not only for a place for an international organization or the country. United Nations open our arm, join me, approach me with your organization, with your skill, with your energy. Be a part of the United Nations volunteer sector. Be a part of United Nations peace keeping mission. Be a part of United Nations as a youth organization. Be a part of as a youth ambassador. Be a part of a diplomatic student. Be a part of we offer in relationship in international master. If you do not want to spend 2 or 3 years, join our short courses for better diplomatic courses. These will give you the platform. We are not hidden person. We are not people that you need to approach us with a multiple red barrier. You just need to join us to learn with your experience. But only thing we need from you, we need your passion. We need all of you, all of the people who are listening over there on a YouTube, on a social media, or Instagram, on a WhatsApp, or they come by chance to listen to the global conference. Join us. Give your 10% and we will bring rest of 90% in your inside you. You will be one of the future Secretary General in UN. You will be one of the future observer like me, like other people who are shaping the world for a better future. Do not give up hope. Do not think, oh, it is too far for me. I'm living in a Somalia, I'm in Africa, I'm in Pakistan, I'm in India. It is not possible for me. My family background is not supporting me. I do not have any diplomat in my society. I do not have a diplomatic background. I just need your passion. Or join us. Join us. We are not demanding any money. We are not demanding any funds. We are not demanding any physical exercise from you. We are demanding your commitment that be a part of the people, because every out of 6, 1 child is affected by the war zone in this world. Every 100 out of 130 women affect by the war conflict area in Middle East, in Europe, in other parts of the world. In last 1 year, only more than 135,000 women, children, and men die in the Middle East. We need to have to do. You have to ask this question, go back, sleep on your bed, look at your children as surrounding you. You are peaceful atmosphere. You can go and drink the water. You can sleep nicely in your bed. You are not worried about your children when they wake up, they will alive or not. Look at and feel the pain, the people who are affected by your silence. Because you are silent and people are getting affected. Every day, more than 137 people are affected by that because people like you are silent. We are not a powerhouse. We are not making fake promises. Me or Mr. Osama or other my colleague, we are not a decision maker, but we are a fighter. We are a defender. We are advocate. We can bring the change. So join us. Join the organization, any organization. Join us and speak for justice. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Basharat, for this very strong speech and very unique advice for the young people for to join the diplomacy all over the world, to be leader for stop the war all in any way all over the world. And thank you so much, because this is the way that we have to talk to the young people and to the people all over the world to be commit with the vision of the people who has experience in this life. Thank you so much and appreciating. And I don't have any question for this point because it was full of different messages to the people all over the people, young people, old people, decision makers, all. If they listen to this speech, it is very powerful.
I have a question, sir, if you don't mind.
Somebody has a question. Can you just ask your question?
Yes, sir. My name is Nasser Muhammad Al-Masri. I'm from Kuwait. And accidentally, I'm a neighbor of Dr. Basharat across the river. I live in Cardiff, Wales, and he is in Bristol. So we are neighbors in the same area. Anyway, the idea, Dr. Basharat, is very simple. Usually, the United Nations is open for the diplomats from each country. I know that there is a volunteers program and so on, but let's concentrate in the non-government organizations like Oxfam, Amnesty International, Middle East Watch, Greenpeace, and so on. And let's prepare our own people to be part of these organizations. We made a program in Kuwait. It's similar to what's so-called the TOEFL English language program. And we called it United Nations Government and Non-Government Preparation Course. And we use both ways, the quota that we have and the vacancies that we hear about. And in both ways, we are preparing our own people to be part of the United Nations, the government, and the non-government organizations. If each country of the Arab world or Muslim world or any other country prepare its own citizens to be part of the international organizations using its own mandate for the benefit of the human being, the mankind all over the world, I think it's going to be a good idea. At the same time, once we know the laws and regulations or the constitution of each international organization, we can use it against anybody who breaks the law. And one of them is Israel for sure. And all of the countries who are supporting Israel, even in the what's so-called using the veto, okay? The idea is we know how to do it, and we know how to deal with our own friends and enemies. In the same time, I need to know your point of view about whatever that I have said about the preparation of the citizens of any country to be part of the United Nations, the government and the non-government. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. First of all, it is such a great surprise and honor to find out that you are my neighbor and just living 40 miles away from me. And hopefully one day we will match up and have a dinner together. As you question, which I understand in the short, that how we can engage our youth from the color background or a different country. If this is your question, then I will answer. Please confirm me.
Yes, the idea is how to prepare our own students for the United Nations and the non-government organizations. It's not just United Nations. We have more than 2,200 non-government international organizations like Amnesty International, Middle East Watch,
Yes,
Greenpeace. This is the idea.
We need to organize more seminars. We need to bring the people who have a power, who have engagement, or who have a position in these organizations on a public platform. So nowadays, it's not very difficult. You can invite all of the speakers who are working with the UN or in a global. I'm still audible?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. So we need to organize more events like this. We need to open a university's lecture or society lecture and in a grassroots, or we need to engage. The problem is that we don't get guidance. That's one of the major issues. Look, this conference needs to be every month, every different part of the world. This is how we can engage. First, we need to engage. Then we need to train them. Then we need to give them a power. First step, give them thought that there is a place for them. There is a place they can bring the change. There is a place they can be a part of it. So I think we need to engage more people like that. Look, I work with the UN from last. I am a global human rights president. I have my organization working under 62 countries. We bring a new leadership. Leadership is not about the title. Leadership is not about that what you achieve, where you stand, or who you are. Leadership, how many new leaders you create, what the positive change you bring in the society. This is called leadership, and this is what we need. Yes, we can bring them on a UN, and we can bring them become a part of the different organization as well. Thank you.
Dr. Osama?
آسف أختي بس دقيقة واحدة. If you don't mind, do you have a training program for the what's so called the youth, as trainees, the trainers themselves, consultants, and so on?
Yes, we do have a training program. We have a youth volunteer option. You can join as a United Nations, us as a youth volunteer, or you can join as a peacekeeper, or you can join as a learner, a developer, and how the UN work. You are any of you are more than welcome. You can bring 10, 50, 100, 10,000 people in UN. I will love to host you without any your personal expensive. You can visit us. You can approach me on a Facebook, social media, or through this conference organizer. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Basharat. Yes.
We have any questions.
Have you any other questions?
Yes.
Okay,
there are
go ahead.
questions revolving around the idea of human rights. But Dr. Rana, you can teach us how there will be rights in the midst of that international force that the occupation controls with its own hands.
Dr. Basharat?
Sorry, I missed the question. Can you repeat the question again?
What are your perception of international organizations that represent the ILO? Will there be reconsideration of it because most of the people lost confidence after the war of genocide in Gaza?
Okay, thank you, Dr. Malaka, if I pronunciation right. You are talking about the International Labor Organization, if I correct, or this is because your voice is very breaking up. If someone can confirm me what was the question, so then I will answer because the voice is breaking on my end for doctor. Please, can someone repeat?
I think the question is about if there is people in certain place all over the world and facing war, how can we?
Dr. Osama, they asked about human rights with where, how they have a human rights when they were aware, where inside Gaza.
I understand that your question, where is the human rights in Gaza? Or this is a question why people are getting killed from last many, almost many years, and especially from last 1 year. This is your question, right? And what the human rights doing and why we can't stop them. This is your question, I believe. Doctor, is this your question? Can I answer? If
It is a question, Mrs. Dr. Malak.
Dr. Malik.
Okay.
Is the
about
question is about the human right in Gaza? Where is the human right when there is a war in Gaza and people dying there? This is the question.
They ask about the human rights, the methods of that international force that the occupation controls with its own hands.
Okay, what I understood with your question that someone asked on a social media or a YouTube was that where is a fundamental right in a Palestine? This is what you asked. First of all, we have to understand that one thing need to be a very clear, Dr. Malik. This is need to be a very clear that we cannot be a hopeless. One, if anyone can be a hopeless from the system or society, they will consider as a dead people. Whatever happening in a Palestine, yes, we can bring the change in a Palestine. Yes, due with our experience, with knowledge, with courage, and with our political and socially and human rights background, we can bring the change. People like you, we have to bring up. Look, who created the United Nations? Who run the human rights organization is people like you and me. If we bring the people with a great diplomatic experience, with a knowledge and with a great heart, these organizations will change. These organizations run by or people like you and me. If the problem in Gaza right now, while we are talking, more than 130,000 people die. One day, if we get a strong UN Secretary General, one day, if we get one of our students or one of our partner or one of our listener get the power become a president in a UN, you can bring the change. One man can bring the change. This is one of the great example. Look, about few years back, I was only one in a UN as a IHRM member, International Human Rights member. No, we have more than 60 different countries internationally. They become a part of a United Nations. We play our role. We speak when the injustice happen in Myanmar. We speak and stand for Palestine. We speak and fight for a Kashmir. We stand and speak without any fear for a Muslim in China. We speak justice for Khalistan in India. We speak for Iraq. We speak against US. We speak against China. We challenge G8. We challenge G20. Might be this effort is small right this moment, but if we keep going with the force, if we bring the new youth with a new power, with a new energy, if people listen from Dr. Malik, from you, if people learn from Dr. Usam, people learn from Mr. Abdul Malik, or people learn from Dr. from you, there will be a future for us. We never ever leave or stop hoping for a better future. If you want to become a change policymaker, if you become a leader, if you become a head of UN, if you become a president in the UN, yes, you can bring the change. But we never ever believe that this effort is not making change. Even one drop in an ocean can become full of a new change. So we need to keep going. We need to keep fighting. We need to keep giving up our 100, regardless whatever result. We do not have to depend on a result. This is one thing I want to address for our youth. Never ever become a hopeless. Never ever become a waiting for your result. Keep going. This is the way we can bring the change. One day, if right now United Nations are silent, if right now European Union is silent, if right now Arab League or Islamic countries are silent in what happened in Palestine, one day change will come. Look at the example I give you. I already mentioned the example in European Union and Europe. They fight not years, not one day, 1 month, years and years, centuries and centuries. They fight. They in the end, where they are, there is no border between Europe.
Dr. Rana,
thank you.
Dr. Rana, sorry, but I don't want to interrupt you when you are talking, but in occupation that doesn't bring with it rights, it is rape. Here we ask the human rights organization, where is its role? Where is?
This is what we answer. Let's suppose if today I believe my honorable guest will agree with me. If we become a hopeless today, or we can't bring the change in Palestine, if we can't bring the change in Yemen or Kashmir in Palestine or Afghanistan, who will take step further? Who will be a beacon of hope? Who will be hub of hope? We need to keep going regardless the result. If my change will not bring any change, might be my son, my nephew, my student, one of my listener, one of my follower, one of the YouTube listener on a social media, they become a hope for a future. We have to keep going. This is the one thing, Dr. Malik, I want to mention. You need to keep it going regardless the result you are affecting, the result you are waiting.
Dr. Malik, I think Dr. Basharat, he said what is possible from the side of the people who are working as advisors, as thinkers, as people who don't have the power of only power of speech and power of their knowledge and power of they can make revolutions of speech, but not decision makers.
Dr. Osama, Dr. Osama, the fact here we must be aware that is the global balance. The global balance. No more.
Yeah, actually, my explanation of what Dr. Basharat, it is the truth. He has his movement from long time, and he has organization of human rights speak about all over the world, in Pakistan, in Kashmir, and everywhere. He used to talk and used to guide people and give his vision. Even in Gaza and Palestine, he has his speech. So he cannot do anything more than speak and let people open their mind, open their eyes to see what's happening there.
Dr. Osama,
I mean,
if you
the
don't
decision
mind,
makers and of the UN.
Dr. Osama, we are not holding Dr. Basharat responsible, but our people in Gaza are massacred now. Israel is talking about
I'm definitely
the
with you, but the answer is not in hand of Dr. Basharat. Dr. Basharat is advisor.
I know he's advisor, so he can advise somebody there that whatever happened to the Jews because of the Nazis in 1945, it is exactly practiced by what so-called the Israelis in Gaza now. What's the benefit of United Nations? What's the benefit of the International Court? Our blood is not just water. We are losing people by thousands every minute.
Yes.
And
Yes.
those Israelis are killing our own people.
Yeah,
Where is United Nations? Where are the governments of the Arabs and non-Arabs and Muslims and so on? Where is the European Union?
Dr.
Why
Saman,
everybody is supporting them with money and armament and so on? And nobody cares for us. As if that we are a bunch of animals. We don't think that this is what's supposed to be from United Nations. We lost faith in United Nations. We lost faith in the court system. You know, those guys are getting killed now in Gaza. It's because somebody kept his mouth shut and he did not practice what he's supposed to do. We are in need of somebody to talk about those guys.
Actually, can you just let me speak in this moment? The guy who is to speak right now, Mr. Busharat, is not keep his mouth silent. He used to talk.
Yeah.
He used to talk from inside the United Nations to fight against the people who are suffering all over the world. So we cannot just say like that and the guy is speaking correct.
Yes.
Dr. Osama, can I address my fellow brother? First of all, brother, the pain you holding in your heart, the similar pain me and mostly people are holding for you. But as I mentioned previously, we never to be, as Allah said in the Quran Sharif, that you never give your hope. This is what I believe. This is what I grow with my belief, that Allah said, never ever give your hope. Look at the great example of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he migrated from Mecca to Medina, where he hid himself in a one small grave, in one small cave. He was hiding himself because he was never ever hopeless. Who was a witness that this gentleman in the age of 42, when he's leaving a Mecca, he will be the greatest human for the rest of their entire life. Look at after 1400 years ago, you and me and more than 2 billion people follow his legacy. So we never ever have to be hopeless. Whatever happened in Iraq, brother, whatever happening in Palestine, that pain nobody can take away from our heart. Nobody can keep us quiet. Nobody can tell us, shut up yourself. No, we are fighting. We're standing. This is what Allah said in our Quran Sharif. At least keep speaking, keep going, keep making motivate, keep bring new faith, keep bring new generation. We need to stop. We need to stop thinking that, no, I cannot be a change maker. I cannot bring change. This is not something I need. I don't want my listener, my follower, my speaker, they think, oh, they are hopeless. They do not have any power to change. Yes, we have a power to change. One man can change the different. One man can change the in a society. We have a great example. We don't need to read Shakespeare. We don't want to read Chinese historical leader. We do not want to learn how the Italy or Spain they become a change maker. We have a great example as a Muslim, that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the one man who stand from central of Saudi Arabia in Mecca, and he is a bright and great example for human rights, for justice around the world. Whatever in a Palestine, brother, less as a Muslim we feel this is a test. This is Allah taking our test. Allah is taking us in a tough time, so we can be more strong. One day we need to change. If me or Dr. Osama or Dr. Malik is become a hopeless today, where we will bring our youth, that they will stop speaking, they will stop fighting on a road in Bristol, road in Pakistan, in Syria, in Yemen. They will stop coming out and doing protests. We are the people who need to keep it going with our resource, with our energy. Right to remember that, as Dr. Osama said, we are not the people who are change policy maker. We are not a people who can bring the change overnight. But we are a people. We are the people who are fighting to bring the change, and we will keep this procedure is going. And one day, inshallah, we will witness a peace in the Middle East. We will witness that the child when wake up in a Palestine, they do not have a fear for any kind of thing, brother. Keep
Dr.
it
Rana, Dr.
and
Rana,
trust on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Dr. Rana, sorry to interrupt you, but the only answer to the question is unity for the countries and to work as one entity, because we are stronger together and we have a lot to put pressure on the occupation, but we must come together in the heart of one man.
Thank you, Dr. Busharat. And now I think the time is for Dr.
Yes.
Luis Alberto.
Thanks, Dr. Rana, so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rana, for this incredible speech. And I think you are give the guide of how to find way for the solution for all the people over the world, and in particular in Palestine. And our heart is, of course, not feel happy about what's happening there, but what we have in our hand to speak and to give our power of protest that will let the leader or the decision maker can do and follow us. And now I think the time for Dr. Luis Alberto. He is a doctor of philosophy and criminology, and he has a PhD from Cambridge University, and he is very unique figure, and I think he gonna give us good speech and as a figure. Welcome, Dr. Luis, and microphone is for you right now.
Dr. Osama, Dr. Luis can't be with other. We can ask Dr. Andrea.
This Dr. Andre is here.
Dr. Andrea?
You hear me, Dr. Andre?
Dr. Andrea?
I don't think Dr. Andre is here, but Dr. Alberto is around, I think.
Dr. Alberto, okay, okay, we will keep in touch with him.
Dr. Alberto? You hear me, Dr. Alberto?
I think they're not listening. You can invite the next speaker, Dr. Osama.
Yeah, the next speaker is Dr. Alberto. Is not there. Dr. Andre also is, I don't think he's there. Have you any information, Dr. Malak?
I didn't have any information about that, but I will keep in touch with him and ask the organizer.
Yeah, can you just ask them?
I don't know.
Do we have any question while we can answer any question, or do we have any discussion? We can answer the discussion, or we can end the session.
In case of if there is...
We can't continue with Dr. Rana if
Dr.
he
Andre,
wanted to continue with us.
Of course, I think that will be great.
Yes.
I am here to give you insight, or you can engage me as much as you want. I'm here. If you have any question, if you want to learn something, I'm available, Dr. Malik.
Thank you, Dr. Rana, for your cooperation with us.
It is my privilege and honor having a great company, people like you, Dr. Malik and Dr. Osama and the rest of the people.
Yeah, actually, if there is anyone have questions, that the opportunity is for him. If no, I'm going to ask Dr. Busharat about, I'm in field of metaverse. This time I'm training metaverse, and I want to see how can a metaverse gonna manage the diplomacy all over the world, and to find way for solution for all the conflicts that happen all over the world, if you have any experience about it.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Usama, for I always learn from your experience. It is, I think we have a third meeting where we be a partner and a speaking and as a speaker. After the COVID-19, there is a very major change come in a society. And these latest technology bring a positive change along with some negative hopes and negative development with us. Before your question, I want to give you example. I want to address my a person who was asking about the fish for Palestine. Trust me, the pain you are suffering, we can only speak for that. We cannot be a same stage, or we cannot share the same pain people are going through in a Palestine. I went in a war-affected area. I was in Syria. I went Yemen. During the war, I was in Iraq. I am witness firsthand in Myanmar. Trust me, it is very easy for me, for you, having a nice suit, sitting in front of camera, giving an interview and speaking injustice around the world. But trust me, it is more than what we can speak. Our words, our commitment, our advocacy, or our whatever we can do, it is not enough. It will never be enough. Killing innocent people will not be replaced by the words. It will not replaced by your or my exercise. It will only bring a hope when one day we will take this fear away from the people from Palestine, Middle East, Kashmir, Burma, or around the world. But I am grateful that we have people like my fellow brother. They have a pain for their heart. Because of people like him, this is our energy, this is our petrol, this is our power to keep going, doing more, bringing more change. This is one thing that never let the hope inside my heart. Yes, I have to fight for Palestine. Yes, I need to wake up and speak for a crisis in Yemen. Yes, I need to speak and fight and stand for a Kashmir, regardless who is my enemy and how powerful the people is against me. If we stop changing, Dr. Osama, if we stop speaking for these kind of things, trust me, we will be standing with the same people who are killing them. We are killing them because we are silent. We are killing Palestinians, Kashmiri, Afghani, Iraqi, because we are not doing anything. We are promoting ourselves. We need our name, we need our fame, we need my name to be a Google. I need to be 100,000 followers. I need people to put my photo on their social media and call me a leader. This is a selfishness. This is not what we want. This is me, Dr. Osama, Dr. Malik, and rest of the people who are listening right now. More than 1 million people right now are a witness what's happening right now. This is not what we are. Trust me, we are giving our today for your better future tomorrow. Trust me. And we are not offended. We are not affected by your harsh comments or your strong question. We are here to learn from you. We don't want these things is not affect us that so strongly someone oppose us, someone raise a question against us. When we put ourselves that we are the follower of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we are prophet of the great warrior Hazrat Farooq Azam. When someone asked him in a publicly, hey Farooq, where you get to a piece of curtain because you are height and your body is too big for a cover in a one piece of curtain. We are a follower of them. Then yes, we can answer, Dr. Malik. I love and I always appreciate people who speak truth, because the day people stop speaking true, the liar will win. If you give chance to win the liar, you are the same in their society. Keep it going. Dr. Malik, if you have any other speaker, you are more than welcome. Otherwise, I can speak hour and hour on a Palestine. That is very close to my heart. That is what I believe for. That is what I give my life away. That I rest everything in a separate bucket and doing everything for Palestine.
Dr. Rana, we all know all the thing. We live with the situation. Everyone know that. Everyone live with this situation, and we can't handle this. And we can handle a situation. We can solve this problem.
Yeah, but we cannot keep silent. We have to talk. As Dr. Bisharat said, if we keep silent, the enemy will continue doing what he is doing right now. But if we, what is in our hands is to speak and to find the way of solution. And I think, Dr. Bisharat, have you any other question, Dr. Malak?
No,
دكتور أسامة عفوا، هل أنا سمعت قاعد أتكلم مع الدكتور بشارات على الميتافيرس ولا أنا غلطان؟
Yes.
Okay. Well, I wish if Dr. Bisharat talks a little bit about how we can use the artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning, what's so-called the metaverse and so on, for the benefit of training from distance. Like as if somebody who is the trainer himself is in front of us by using the metaverse and so on.
Actually,
Dr. Bisharat, did you have an experience about this subject?
Yeah,
or did any one of us here have this kind of technology? I think it's going to be a good idea if we can show it to the public or the audience who are with us now. How can we use the metaverse, artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning, and so on, for the benefit of the training of the trainers, making the consultants like yourself or experts in the field of human rights and so on.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Arabic كلام شوية أنت كلام عربي شوية. I can understand Arabic and I can a little bit speak as well. First of all, any latest technology is a benefit of the war, is a benefit for a human. Like this laptop, this window, this latest technology are giving me benefit to run my organization from Bristol around 62 countries. I never ever visit any of my chapter other than United Nations, and once I visit Pakistan. But through the latest technology, international human rights movement is working more than 62 countries with more than 100,000 volunteers without any money investment, without any physically visit. We are developing a strong people from around the world. I give you a simple example, Dr. Osama. Recently, in Pakistan, in just last 3 months, we organized more than 40 conferences. Look at before the COVID-19 or before these technology, we used to visit and spend thousands of money. In 2001, I engaged one conference in United Nations, and we spent $76,000 for 3-hour conference. But after the COVID-19, same conference we done in a £10. So these latest AI, these latest technology, first of all, before I answer this question, whereas let's narrow that question. Where is Muslim standing in educational? Out of 2 billion people, we only cross 3% people, 3% people for a graduation level. 0.01% people reach in a master or research educational sector. We are behind, far from our basic learning skills. Why the optimal empire, Sultanate in Turkey was lose war? Because of the latest technology. We need to put our children to learn all these skills. I will give you my personal example. Before this AI tool comes, I used to, if I need to prepare conference, or if we want to give a press release, it was a long procedure. Researcher, trainer, then after one or 2 or 3 weeks, it took me to establish a one strong statement in a UN. No, while within a second, less than a second, we can create and use a powerful statement, our press release. We can do research. I can ask simple question to ChatGPT or any AI. What is the Bible said for a human right? What is the Gita said in Hinduism, Sikhism, Muslimism for a justice or human right? We need to engage. We need to take the responsibility as a father, as a brother, as a son, as a teacher, as a fellow. We need to train our people how to use these benefits. But the other hand, we are limited in a resource. If something they don't like it, like I give you example for me, I am the victim for hundreds of time because of Facebook. I used to have 1.1 million followers on my Facebook page, and my Facebook page closed in 2019 because they don't like me, what I stand for Palestine. So the way we need to learn from these AI rules, we also be a creator. We also need to be an owner. We also need to be a hub for these latest technology. We need a control for this. We are living in a modern day society celebrity. Because if, look, I cannot be open and speak anything on a social media. If you speak truth about Facebook or about Kashmir or Iraq or Israel, your Facebook account will be get closed within a second. And you do not have any court of justice where you will go and fight against them. There is no law and regulation. Even as a UN observer holding a diplomatic passport, I am a weightless and a worthless against a Facebook fight. I fight 3 years. I fight 3 years with the Facebook, but I was unable. So the way we have to learn from these technology, from Meta, from AI, from ChatGPT, from all these latest intelligence tools, we need to engage our youth in research and education. Look at the top 500 universities. None of one is belong from the Muslim background. None of them. Where is our money? In the Middle East, we have a money, but where are we spending? We are spending money in a Porsche cars. We are spending money on high-profile palaces. We are spending to build up the high societies. What? Look at the same time when the one king was building the Taj Mahal in India, the same time Oxford University is built up. What the benefit bloody get the Taj Mahal? What the benefit Muslim get? What the benefit get from Taj Mahal? Building that Taj Mahal in the same amount when they build in Oxford University. Oxford University create a more than 500,000 research scholar in last 70 years. And what Muslim doing? Look at while we are talking what they are developing in Iraq. Well, how much money was in Iraq? How much money UAE and the Middle East they have? They are spending. They are spending on a wrong. Do we have any one international company? Do we hold any powerful university on the planet? Do as a Muslim where we are?
Yes.
The money we are earning from. Let me finish.
Yes.
The money we are earning from our selling our oil. The more money they earn, the Facebook from their advertisement from the years, without any gold or without any oil, they are earning more money than entire Middle East earn the money. So we need to change as a nation. We need to change our focus. We need to change. We need to bring ourselves to the reality. We need to be a part and partner
That's
in
right. Yeah.
latest technology. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Yeah.
Rana. Yeah.
Dr. Malak, just the question, I'm gonna give little speech about metaverse, and I think the next session I'm going to talk about metaverse in the field of law.
Dr. Osama, the other members are absent of the recent and they apologize for the station.
So we can close this session, but
so we would like to extend my thanks and appreciation to everyone, and I hope that on the 29th we ask everyone to attend in order to hand over certificates and read the conference's recommendation.
اختي الفاضله اذا تسمحين لي طال عمرك ما دام ما في احد واحنا موجودين خلي اسامه اخوي يتكلم عن هالموضوع هذا. عندنا وقت وممكن الحاضرين يساهمون ايضا ببعض المعلومات. انا اعتقد ان وجود اسامه التحدث حول الميتافيرس يكون افضل. حضر من حضر واللي ما حضر الله معاه معذور.
اوكي بنستأذن
لكن
من دكتور
حرام
رنا.
انكم تلغونه يعني.
لا
طيب،
ابدا.
فرصه. احنا اخوي اسامه انت
دكتور
وين؟ انت
أسامة،
في
دكتور
بريطانيا ولا
أسامة
في
ممكن
امريكا؟
تستأذن من دكتور رنا؟
yeah, of course.
You can he continues this session and take the comments about everyone.
So my question, there is another session or no?
Okay, give me 1 second. I ask
Because I
the
have-
organizer.
Yeah, the organizers told me
انا
that
تكلمت مع الدكتور محمد خير اخوي اسامه.
شو قال؟
الدكتور ما عنده مانع طولوا.
ما نكمل؟
كملوا
Continuous, okay.
كملوا توكل على الله.
دكتور أسامة continuous.
فرصه وين نلقى الحين مثل اسامه ومثل شختي؟ فرصه ثمينه ومعانا بشارات كملت. اللي بيقعد ولا يمشي.
Thank you دكتور.
اسامه انت منين طال عمرك؟ انا عارف ان انت سوداني بس انت في بريطانيا ولا في امريكا؟
امريكا سوداني.
أيوة
امريكا السودان.
ايوه
مش
معروف.
سوداني.
continuous دكتور أسامة. continuous with دكتور
شكلك
رنا.
كويتي انت يعني مو شكلك سوداني. حياك الله. وين باي ولايه انت طال عمرك؟
انا في واشنطن دي سي.
اوكي هذه مدينتي السابقه طال عمرك.
ذاتس جريت. لازم نتكلم بس انا محضر
تفضل.
الحديث عن الميتافيرس باللغه العربيه اللي السيشن الخطين اللي كان مفروض فيه، فما بعرف هل كيف الترتيب الان، لانه انا الورقه كانت هي عن المحور الاول فيه القانون الدولي في سياق الميتافيرس.
دكتور أسامة they are absent. They couldn't make with other continuous.
I can continue in Arabic, you mean?
اوكي هم مش هيجوا يا دكتور. هم خلاص يعني
معظم اللي معانا عرب طال عمرك فما عندنا مشكله. ودكتور بشارات اظن شويه يعرف عربي. اذا صادف اي مشكله نعمل الترجمه.
لا no دكتور رنا he didn't ask he didn't speak Arabic. And he didn't understand Arabic.
I learn I can understand Arabic. I don't mind. You can speak. Carry on.
دكتورة ملك.
He couldn't speak Arabic, but he understand Arabic. Okay.
No, just let me.
شوية.
أنا عايز أعرف لأنه حاطني في سيشن آخر بسموه السيشن نمبر 3 عن القانون الدولي وأنا مجهز له بالعربي اللي هو مفروض بعد هذا السيشن.
حضرتك في سيشن انجلش ولا سيشن عربي؟
لا، السيشن اللي محطوط فيه اللي هتكلم فيه عن الميتافيرس والقانون الدولي والميتافيرس والدبلوماسية بالعربي. أنا محضر المادة بالعربي كاملة.
تمام.
فسؤالي هل السيشن قائم ولا خلاص انتهى السيشن الثاني؟
هو اللي دخل دلوقتي في المداخلة بيقول إن دكتور محمد قال له نكمل السيشن but the other member are absent. يعني أنا مش عارفة هم كلهم غايبين. إحنا هنكمل مع دكتور رنا بس ولا هنعمل إيه؟ فأنا هسأل دلوقتي
اللي غايبين طال عمرك. أنا كلمت محمد اللي غايبين الله معهم.
دكتور إربرتو حضرتك
يمكن يأتي فيما بعد الآن. يمكن يأتي فيما بعد. خلينا نعمل اتصالات معه عندنا
خليني
لازم
بس
نستغل وجود أسامة ويتكلم في هذا الموضوع.
ما هو
Sir,
أنا
Dr.
سؤالي
Alberto is very ill. He's very ill. He's staying in a
خليني
hospital.
دكتورة، أنا عارف إنه في سيشن آخر المديرة فيه السيدة دكتورة بلقيس،
Yes.
هذا في يوم آخر ليس اليوم.
وهم كان
ليس
حديثهم
اليوم.
معنا اليوم يوم 24 ويوم 23. هي قالت اليوم.
لا لا لا، فقط
Doc-
محور واحد نحن فيه الآن.
This is the second session. No more. No more session. Dr.
دكتور
Osama.
ألبرتو تكلم كلمته ولا بعد؟
Dr.
ما
Alberto didn't come this session. He absent. دكتور كان غايب ما جاش، ما حضرش اصلا السيشن.
دكتور محمد، ما دام واحد غايب وواحد
دكتور
مريض.
ألبرتو موجود يا ملك، أي
But
هو
he
موجود على الزوم.
okay, he following us, just following. He didn't share. هو يتابعنا يا دكتور محمد بس، لكن هو مش بيشارك معانا لأنه very ill. He very ill. He is very ill.
طيب ما بعرف إذا قررت إنه ندخل في الحديث ما عندي مشكلة، بس حيكون
دكتور
بالعربي.
محمد هيكمل مع دكتور رانا إذا سمح دكتور رانا إن هو يكمل الميتنج ده، meeting room this meeting room، ولا هننهي السيشن وخلاص. This is finish. في more questions about this session and about the international organization, international law. يعني الموضوع ناس كتير حابة تتكلم فيه، فلو حابين we can continue.
يا دكتور محمد إذا تسمح لي يا طويل العمر، والله فرصة ما راح يمكن ما نلقى مرة ثانية أخونا أسامة معانا ولا أختنا الفاضلة، وما دام بشارات الآن يعرف يسمع ويفهم، خلنا نكمل لعل وعسى نستفيد منها.
أنا معكم.
خلاص
في حدا تاني؟
الموافقة
في
عند أخوي
حدا؟
أسامة. توكل على أخوي أسامة، توكل على تكلم.
تحياتي لكم جميعا مرة ثانية بكل مقاماتكم السامية، وشكرا على الفرصة. إذا كان يعني ما تجاوزنا القانون بتاع منصة هذا المؤتمر، إنه قفزنا إلى الموضوع بتاع الميتافيرس اللي هو أنا كنت محضر لليوم الجلسة بتاعت 24 مع الدكتورة دكتورة بلقيس، ولكن بما أنه في طريقة لأنه مطلوب إنه نتكلم فيه، فجدا نقدر نتكلم في الميتافيرس. وربما برضو أشير في هذه الفرصة، يمكن ما إعلان لكن فرصة. أنا أول كتاب مرجع للميتافيرس في العالم العربي باللغة العربية صدر أمس، تم الطباعة، هينشر في معرض الكتاب في الشارقة في نوفمبر القادم. الفكرة العامة عن الميتافيرس وهو العالم الافتراضي اللي بيشابه العالم الواقعي، وطبعا الآن أصبح هو بمنصاته الأربعة، ال AI، عفوا ال Extended Reality، اللي هو الواقع الممتد اللي هو الأصلي بالنسبة للميتافيرس، والإجمنتد رياليتي، والإكس رياليتي اللي هو ميكس رياليتي اللي هو الواقع المختلط، والفيرشوال رياليتي اللي هو الواقع الافتراضي. الفكرة العامة ميتافيرس، قبل ما ندخل في التفاصيل، ميتافيرس اللي هو كلمة ميتا وهي كلمة يونانية تعني انفينيتي، اللا محدود في كل الاتجاهات، وفيرس اللي هو الكون، كل اللا محدود في الكون بشكل عام. وهو الميتافيرس بيمثل تجربة هي في الزمان السالف كان في من يعني من المفكرين المسلمين اللي كان عندهم تجربة ميتافيرس، ولكن في زمن ذلك الزمان ما كان في تكنولوجيا، وبالتالي ظلموا أو تعاملوا معهم باعتبارهم يعني غير ناضجين أو يعني عندهم مشاكل نفسية وكذا. يعني على سبيل المثال السهروردي وبما كان يطلق من أفكار هي نفس أفكار ميتافيرس اللي هي طلع بها نيل ستيفنسون، ثم جاء مارك زوكرفيتش، ثم جاء بعديه ألان ماسك، ودخلوا كلهم في هذا العالم اللي بدأ بسنو كراش، رواية للكاتب الأمريكي نيل ستيفنسون، وهو كان في يعني من كتاب اللي أساتذة في جامعة جون هوبكنز. ألف هذه الرواية في 1992. الرواية كان قصتها مدهشة جدا، الانتقال من عالم العادي إلى العالم الافتراضي في عالمه الداخلي للتعامل مع مخلوقات هو يعني يتوهمها ولكن هي من واقعنا. هذه قصة كثير فيها تفاصيل. عشان ما نخوض في تفاصيل كثير، أنا أدخل في موضوع القانون الدولي في سياق الميتافيرس. طبعا مع تزايد الاهتمام بالميتافيرس كفضاء افتراضي بإمكانيات غير محدودة في التعامل، بيجينا السؤال اللي هو القانون الدولي، هل يتطلب الميتافيرس فهما عميقا لتحديات القانون الجديد التي تتعامل معها؟ هذا سؤال مهم جدا. والقسم الثاني من الحوار اللي طرحه اللي هو التأثيرات القانونية للميتافيرس، اختصاص الفضائي للميتافيرس، مفهوم اختصاص الفضائي في الميتافيرس في ظل وجود مستخدمين من مختلف دول العالم يتعاملوا مع الميتافيرس. متى ما امتلك الشخص الحساب في الميتافيرس وأصبح عنده نظارة أو عدسة ميتافيرس يتعامل مع يعني من هو موازي له في العالم يعني الأقطار الثانية أو في القارات الثانية، كأنه معه في نفس المكان، بس الاثنين يمتلكوا. يعني الآن إحنا عندنا فيسبوك، لما تكون عندك صديق في الفيسبوك بتتعامل معه وبتتعامل معه مباشرة، ولكن في الميتافيرس العدسات بتخليك تنتقل إلى مكان وتلتقوا كأنكم في مكان واحد، ولكن أنتم في نظاراتكم يعني. فالتحديات تواجه المشرعين خاصة فيما يتعلق بالميتافيرس، لأنه توضيح القوانين التي تنظم أنشطة الذين يتعاملون مع الميتافيرس تكون محتاجة لمسؤوليات كبيرة، خاصة في حقوق الملكية الفكرية، التحديات القانونية أيضا دي كلها تتطلب التعامل مع الميتافيرس بحرص شديد قانونيا. عشان كده هم في الميتافيرس بيستخدموا كثير البلوك تشين وال NFT، لأنها بتحقق لكل فرد خصوصيته، حتى لا يستطيع من يمتلك تعامل مع الميتافيرس في عالم في مدينة أخرى أو في بلد آخر وعنده علاقة معه في الحساب، إنه يعتدي على ملكيته الفكرية في حاجاته المختلفة. خطورة الخصوصية هي في حماية البيانات. يعني جميع البيانات التي تتاح للميتافيرس هي بكميات هائلة غير محدودة، يعني تصل لك معلومات ومن مصادر حقيقية. عشان كده الذين يتعاملون في مجال الميتافيرس بيروا إنه مع تقدم التعامل مع الميتافيرس قانونيا هيجعل من السوشيال ميديا الحالي اللي احنا نتعامل معه يتبخر، لأنه مصادر السوشيال ميديا دائما المعلومات فيها ما عندها مصادر حقيقية، أو عندها مصادر يختلقها صاحب المنصة عفوا منصة السوشيال ميديا. أما فيما يتعلق بالميتافيرس المنصات بتتوقف على انتقال الشخص بنظارته بحسابه أو بعدسته بحسابه إلى الموقع الحقيقي للأشياء. تقنيا يعني ممكن أشير تقنيا بأشياء بسيطة. في نظارات تتعلق بالميكس رياليتي، اللي هو النظارات اللي بتتفاعل مع الصناعة، الطب، المعالجة، السفر، دي الميكس رياليتي. في النظارات اللي هي الميكس رياليتي في 4 أنواع من النظارات، ودي تحتاج لتفاصيل كثيرة. فيرتشوال رياليتي هي نظارات متاحة الآن، حتى الأطفال بيلعبوا بها، يعني متاحة، وهي اللي بدأت في الأول، ظهرت في الأول، ولكن هي سهلة التناول وسهلة التعامل معها، لأنه الفرد فيها بينقل الواقع الحقيقي من الواقع إلى الواقع الافتراضي إلى نظارته، عكس الاجمنتد رياليتي اللي هي نظارات، أيضا في 4 نظارات كلها بتخدم بطريقة أو بأخرى في خلق بيئة أخرى أو صناعة محتوى. يعني نحن إذا افترضنا الآن عندنا محطة تلفزيونية، عايزين نعمل محطة تلفزيونية في الواقع الافتراضي، نستخدم فيه نظارات الاجمنتد رياليتي اللي هي بتنقلنا من مواقعنا إلى مواقع الأحداث، وتخلط ما بين مواقع الأحداث مع المواقع الأخرى الموازية لها بالميكس رياليتي عبر الاكستندد رياليتي اللي هو الواقع الممتد، اللي هو بينقل الواقع الافتراضي إلى واقع حقيقي في واقع مختلط. ده عالم كبير. نرجع بس إشارة بسيطة لموضوع الواقع الممتد. الواقع الممتد
دكتور
اتوجد.
أسامة.
نعم.
Sorry for interrupt you when you are talking, but
نعم.
how can we link this topic to international law and the international organization? How?
هذا هو أنا أشرت في البداية، الانترناشونال لو الآن، وأنا بعرف إنه الآن في حديث أو لمسألة الأفاتار. يعني لما أنا أكون عندي أفاتار موجود في العالم الافتراضي بيتعامل مع الآخرين وهو بيشبهني تماما، ما يختلف عني في كل شيء، هذا هو الآن الأمم المتحدة بتناقش في إنه لازم الأفاتار ما يكون تيبيكال صورتي كما أنا، حتى لا يعني يرتكب جرائم ونقدر لا نستطيع أن نتعامل معه كمخلوق هو من صناعة صاحب الفكرة. ولذلك الآن القانون الدولي بيتعامل مع موضوع الميتافيرس باعتباره الشخص اللي بيكون عنده حساب الميتافيرس هو المحاسب، هو الذي سيحاسب إذا حصل أي موقف ضد طرف آخر فيه سرقة ملكية فكرية أو جريمة من الجرائم الغير عادية عبر الميتافيرس. القانون الدولي الآن بيدرس هذا الأمر. يعني يمكن الناس الموجودين في الأمم المتحدة متابعين مسألة الحديث أو تحديات المشرعين حول تطوير آليات لاختصاص في مجال توضيح قوانين تنظم التعامل مع الميتافيرس في المستقبل. هذا هو يمكن الجزء المهم. يعني في ختام هذا الجزء وأنا بتكلم عن القانون ليس عن الدبلوماسية، لأنه عندي محور ثاني كنت محضر للجلسة هذا عن الدبلوماسية. بنلقى أنه يمثل الميتافيرس تحديات قانونية جديدة تتطلب استجابة من قبل المجتمع الدولي. من الضروري التعاون بين الدول لتطوير إطار قانوني مرن يضمن حقوق الأفراد ويحمي المصالح الاقتصادية، مما يعزز الاستفادة من هذه التقنية الجديدة دون المساس بالقيم الأساسية. إذا حبينا نتواصل في مسألة مستقبل الميتافيرس والدبلوماسية نستطيع برضو إذا كان يهم مجموعة. إذا في سؤال عن الميتافيرس وتفاصيل.
دكتور أسامة, is this his artificial intelligence, or what is the difference between metaverse and artificial intelligence?
Very nice question. هذا سؤال مهم جدا جدا لأنه في خلط كثير.
I want to know. Really, I want to know.
الناس كثير تخلط ما بين الميتافيرس والارتفيشال انتليجنس. الميتافيرس عالم آخر تماما، ولكنه يستفيد من الارتفيشال انتليجنس، والارتفيشال انتليجنس ما عنده أي علاقة بالميتافيرس، وعنده مشكلة كبيرة. يعني أنا لا نستطيع أن نعتمد على الاي اي احتمال كامل، لأنه الاي اي هو ذكي ولكن ذكاؤه مربوط بسيرفرات بتكنولوجيا مختلفة. يعني لما حصل قبل فترة المايكروسوفت سيرفر واحد ضرب في 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 المطارات، حصلت مشكلة كبيرة، يمكن 7 أيام ما في طيران، ما في كل شيء بسبب سيرفر خاص بالاي اي. فتخيل انه إذا كان لذلك الآن في كثير من البلدان يعني حذرت الشركات الكبيرة بأنها تتعامل مع الاي اي بدرجة 2% فقط، لأنه ليس مضمون. أما الميتافيرس لأنه هو واقع افتراضي يشبه تماما الواقع الحقيقي. يعني مثلا كوريا الآن بينفذوا تخطيط المدن كاملة بالميتافيرس. المهندس بيكون فيه مهندس افاتار، انت لو ترسم خطة المدينة، خارطة المدينة في 10 أيام، انت بتدي المعلومات كلها للافاتار في الواقع الافتراضي تبعك، انت بيرسم لك الخريطة في 10 دقائق وبرسلها لك، لأنه هو بيتعامل مع معلومات دقيقة حقيقية من المهندس، ويتعامل مع الاي اي بمعلومات دقيقة حديثة. لأنه الاي اي إذا أنت تعاملت معه وجاب لك معلومة، يعني عمل سيرش وجاب معلومة من واقع مكان غير دقيق، بيورطك. الشخص بيكون متورط في انه جاب معلومات تبدو دقيقة ولكن هي ليست دقيقة، لأنه المصدر اللي وصل له الميتا الاي اي مصدر غير دقيق، لأنه المعلومات التي أعطيت له غير دقيقة. الميتافيرس غير كده تماما. الميتافيرس بيعتمد على الشخص اللي بيصنع الفكرة نفسها ثم ينقلها إلى العالم الافتراضي اللي هو بيتعامل معه، على أساس أنه العالم الافتراضي يا إما يعتمد على تقنيات أخرى للحصول إلى دقة المعلومة أو إلى الاي اي، ولكن حريص جدا حتى التقنيين في مجال الميتافيرس بيقول له بينبهوا على إنه ما تعتمدوا على الاي اي كثير في تعاملكم مع المعلومات الدقيقة، خاصة المعلومات المعنية بالأرقام، لأنها حساسة جدا. ولذلك كل ما يتعامل مع الميتافيرس بيطلب منه يتعامل مع البلوك تشين، يتعامل مع الاف ان اف تي، لانه تحميه وتحقق له حقائق علميه دقيقه في ما يتعلق بالبحث تبعه. الحديث عن الدبلوماسيه والميتافيرس نتواصل معكم ولا؟
ايه دكتور كمل.
ايوه، في حديث عن اللي هو فرص الدبلوماسيه في الميتافيرس، اللي هو التواصل الفوري والتفاعلي. يعني على سبيل المثال رئيس دوله في ساوث افريقيا عايز يتعامل مع رئيس دوله في الاسكا، رئيس مثلا، او هو الاثنين يحملوا عندهم الحسابات الميتافيرس وعندهم النظارات بتاعت الميتافيرس، يستطيعوا يلتقوا في منطقه وسطى. على سبيل المثال مثلا منطقه وسطى في افريقيا، مثلا نقول القاهره على سبيل المثال، يحددوا مكان يكون لازم يكون عندهم ايضا سفاره في القاهره تجمع، تكون فيها هذه المنصه او قاعه. الاثنين بيلتقوا كأنهم تماما موجودين في القاهرة، ولكن كل واحد في نظارته في عالمه الافتراضي. لأنه إحنا الآن أنا أتكلم مع المجموعة الموجودة الآن، نحن في
دكتور
مختلف
أسامة
الجامعات.
دكتور أسامة جالك important questions about does this technology affect relation between countries, and is there anything in international law that protects this country?
Yeah, just now I mentioned that in the beginning that now the international law is doing different research
Okay.
to make a law to protect people from the effective of metaverse and
Yes.
So the international law now is doing their work hard, because it is not easy if people now, and this is the new era for the future. In the next 10 or 20 years, metaverse will be control everything over the world. As now we are talking together, me here, and maybe you are in Cairo or Washington DC. Now we are talking virtually and through Zoom. But in metaverse, you can meet in central place. You can meet, we can sit together, we can talk together in this virtual. And a certain person who has relation with us living in another place, he can see us. He can see us. So that is it.
Yes, Dr. Sam. And how does the United Nations employ modern technologies to this, to affect?
Again, the question.
How does the United Nations employ modern technology?
United Nations can use this technology.
employ توظف أو تحفز أو إن هي تقدر إن هي تتعامل مع
Now they start to deal, because as I أتكلم بالعربي صحيح؟ الشخص
You
السؤال
can
بالإنجليزي
speak in
خلاص.
Arabic. Everyone here in the second station understand Arabic.
أوكي
You can
تمام.
speak in Arabic. You.
لأنه أنت سألتيني بالإنجليزي افتكرت الشخص السائل سأل بالإنجليزي.
لا عادي، أنا سألت
لا.
بالإنجليش بس عشان السيشن إنجليش.
أوكي. الأمم المتحدة الآن كما أشرت أنه بيعملوا القسم القانوني فيه حريص جدا على أنه يتعامل العالم كله مع الميتافيرس بواقع قوانين تصدر من الأمم المتحدة، حتى يعني كل إنسان بيتعامل مع الميتافيرس يضمن حقوقه. الآن الشرط القوي جدا أنه عندما تتعامل مع الميتافيرس، مجرد ما تكون عندك حساب ميتافيرس بيكون في شروط كثيرة جدا لازم تلتزم فيها. مجرد ما تكون عندك قانون، أقصد حساب ميتافيرس. الآن إحنا في الفيسبوك لما نكون عندنا حسابات بكون عندنا قوانين معينة نلتزم بها. القوانين القوية جدا في الميتافيرس، ويمكن الأمم المتحدة الآن شغالة في إنه تجهيزه، اللي هو مسألة ال NFT والبلوكشين. لازم مجرد ما تكون عندك حساب ميتافيرس تكون عندك هذه التقنيتين معاك حتى تحمي نفسك وما تعتدي على الآخرين. فده مهم جدا جدا. لذلك في صحيح اهتمام من الأمم المتحدة بموضوع الميتافيرس على مستوى كبير، خاصة الآن يعني في 11 دولة استخدمت الميتافيرس بمستوى كبير جدا جدا. يمكن أنا في كتابي أشرت عليها على الدول هذه، منها أهمها الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية طبعا باعتبار حجمها الكبير، حتى ما بنقدر نقارن الأمر مع كوريا الجنوبية اللي استطاعت أنه تسيطر على الميتافيرس وتتعامل معه بشكل كبير جدا. ثم عندك السويد، في اليابان، وفي كندا، وفي دولة الإمارات عندهم الآن حاجة اسمها في دبي اللي هو منصة الميتافيرس الدولية اللي هم بس بيأسسوا له، عملوا مؤتمر واحد في 2022. وأيضا في المملكة العربية السعودية بلدان أخرى الآن بتحاول تعمل يعني منصات ميتافيرس. فموضوع متاح. نرجع لموضوع الدبلوماسية والميتافيرس اللي هي تواصل بين البلدان. يعني طبعا الميتافيرس بيعتمد على حاجة اسمها ال 3 dimension pictures. يعني أنا واحد من أنا إذا كنت أنا في السفارة وعندي صديق أو زميل آخر سفير في مكان آخر لدولة أخرى، عايزين نلتقي في مكان نناقش قضية تعني بالثلاثة بلدان مثلا، نلتقي على سبيل المثال على منصاتنا في الميتافيرس في الموقع اللي نحن عايزين نروح له، وهنالك بنجتمع as live كأننا حقيقيين يعني، ونتكلم وكل واحد بيكون في نظارته في كاميرا بتصور الحالة، يعني جهاز تسجيل بسجل الكلام 3 dimension. يعني لما يرجع الفرد إلى موقعه في مكتبه بعد ما يطلع يخرج نظارته، ينزل الفيديو في الجهاز تبعه، بيشوف نفسه مع المجموعة اللي كانوا مع بعض كأنهم حقيقيين في مكان اللي هم كانوا فيه. هذه التقنية اللي يعني بتهم جدا خاصة في المستقبل في موضوع الاجتماعات والمؤتمرات والمفاوضات بين يعني حتكون المفاوضات افتراضية في واقع افتراضي، ولكنه في واقع يمثل الواقع الحقيقي، بيختصر مسافات كبيرة. هي ديناميكية تختصر كل مسائل العلاقات الإنسانية، العلاقات الدبلوماسية. ويعني المشاركين في 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 الحديث ممكن يكونوا من مختلف الثقافات، ولكن تستطيع أنك تدخل المنصة الميتافيرس، اللغات كلها تتواجد وتتمحور في حديث يسهل للمجموعة يستمعوا ويفهموا. السؤال أنا ما سمعت الصوت. الصوت بعيد. ألو ألو، الصوت
معك
راح.
دكتور معك دكتور أسامة، كمل حديثك، احنا معك.
في حد سأل بس ما سمعتني.
حد سأل يا جماعة؟ مين سأل؟
إذا خلينا نكمل يا زلمة.
كمل
في
كمل دكتور
في
أسامة، you can continue. اوكي.
اوكي، ايضا في حديث عن يعني الدبلوماسيه ايضا وتوسيع نطاق المشاركه في الميتافيرس في العلاقات الانسانيه. يعني كما اشرت انه كل الناس تيجي من خلفيات مختلفه يلتقوا في منصات الميتافيرس، بيتم الحوار. اذا كان حوار من اجل بيس سلام، بيتم الحوار في هذه المنصة، وكل واحد بيطرح حديثه، وكل المجموعة في نفس المكان كأنهم حقيقيين، وكل واحد بيسجل المادة تبعه. لما نرجع مكانه أو يطلع ينزع نظارته ينزل المادة في اجتماعه الخاص بمجموعته اللي هو فيها، كلهم هيشوفوا الحالة اللي هو كان فيها في الاجتماع. ده على مستوى التعامل مع الميتافيرس في الدبلوماسية. أيضا الفهم الثقافي، يعني الميتافيرس بيساعد جدا في التعامل الثقافي. يعني كل الثقافات ممكن تلتقي في مكان واحد ويتم الحوار بينها، وكل يفهم الآخر بسهولة جدا. يعني في مسألة التعامل. الجزء المهم جدا اللي هو الأمن السيبراني، اللي هو التكنولوجيا الحديثة مع يعني الأمن، الاستراتيجيات لحماية المعلومات الحساسة من الاختراق، لأنه الميتافيرس ممكن يعني يدخل في جزء خطير جدا في المعلومات الإلكترونية الدقيقة، وبالتالي الكوادر اللي بتتعامل مع الميتافيرس يتم يعني حثها على الالتزام بالقوانين اللي تسمح لهم بأنهم يكون عندهم حساب ميتافيرس. وده طبعا يعني بكرس خاصة الدبلوماسيين اللي بيتعاملوا مع بلدان مختلفة، بيتعاملوا مع معلومات. أيضا ضروري جدا الميتافيرس يتم فيها. أما وسائل الإعلام والتكنولوجيا الآن، الميتافيرس بيختصر أشياء كثيرة الآن. أنا بمجالي أصلا اشتغلت تلفزيون، يعني مدير محطة تلفزيونية وقصص طويلة. الميتافيرس بيسهل كثير الآن. التلفزيون الافتراضي يعني، أو المسائل المتعلقة بالحسابات، يعني مثلا التلفزيون، إذا كان أنا عندي برنامج مسابقات في قناة موجودة في القاهرة على سبيل المثال، وعايز العالم كله يشوف هذا البرنامج في الميتافيرس، مجرد ما أنزل مادتي في الميتافيرس وأنا عندي حساب ميتافيرس، الإعلان تلقائي بيبدأ. كل من له حساب ميتافيرس في العالم هيشعر بأنه في إعلان داخل من التلفزيون. إذا كان عنده الرغبة هيدخل على طول، وبتضمن إنه المادة المقدمة من القاهرة تكون في العالم كله. أي شخص مهتم بهذا البرنامج، إذا كان عايز يكسب مادة أو عفوا يكسب سيارة، يكسب أي شيء، وفهم فكرة البرنامج، الميتافيرس نفسه داخليا بيعمل ترجمة للبرنامج حسب كل بلد. كوريا يترجم له كوري، ياباني يترجم له ياباني كذا. وبيدخل الشخص يدخل البرنامج ويتفهم الفكرة وممكن يدخل في المسابقة. وده بالنسبة لصاحب المحطة التلفزيونية دخل مادي غير محدود يعني طبعا في ختام الحديث بتاعي في هذا المجال، الميتافيرس هي فرصة فريدة يعني لتطوير العلاقات الدبلوماسية، وكمان يعني أيضا ما يستطيع أن يضع حدود لمجموعة التحديات التي يتم معالجتها بالحديث بين الناس، ومن خلال التكيف ومع هذا الفضاء الجديد يمكن للدول تعزيز تواصلها وتعاونها، لكن يتطلب ذلك جهدا
Okay,
مركزا لحماية
okay,
الأمن
Dr. Osama.
السيبراني وضمان دقة المعلومات.
Okay, Dr. Osama, you have any question? What is the role of the United Nations today? How is technology used positively to organize Security Council conferences remotely and sometimes remote meetings? Does it have a diplomatic impact like a direct meeting or less?
أوكي، بخصوص ال الدبلوماسية، ويمكن في فترة الكورونا كانت العلاقات أو الاجتماعات في الأمم المتحدة تتم عبر وسائط الزوم والوسائط الافتراضية، ولكن ما كانت الميتافيرس متاحة بشكل الحالي الآن. المسألة إنه الميتافيرس ستيل نيو، يعني لسه جديد.
Yes.
الناس في العالم في الأمم المتحدة معظمهم من مختلف بلدان العالم، منها بلدان متطورة، منها بلدان لسه أندر تحت التطوير. إذا كانت هذه التقنية اتوجدت عند أعضاء المجلس، أعضاء الأمم المتحدة المؤثرين، واستوعبوها، بيسهل المسألة جدا فيما يتعلق بالاجتماعات. يعني ما بالضرورة الناس تسافر، تجي من مثلا كوريا الجنوبية عشان تجي نيويورك عشان تحضر اجتماع بتاع الأمم المتحدة
Yeah.
مستقبل. أيوة، مستقبلا إذا تمت هذه الفكرة ونجحوا فيها، هم الآن
Yeah.
بيتم مناقشتها يعني، نجحوا فيها بتختصر المسائل تماما. أول حاجة على مستوى المادي بالنسبة للبلدان والناس المتحركة، على مستوى سرعة الحديث والوصول إلى النتائج، بالإضافة إلى دقة المعلومات والحماية للذين يقدمون للمؤتمر. ده
Yes.
كله حيكون سهل جدا مع تطبيق الميتافيرس.
Like what we are يعني زي ما احنا دلوقتي
الآن
كده في
نحن
المؤتمر عن بعد remoting
هذا
communication.
المؤتمر، هذا المثال مهم جدا، لأنه الآن إذا
Yes.
إحنا كلنا كنا عندنا أكاونت ميتافيرس، كلنا حنكون موجودين في قاعة واحدة.
في الاجتماع، ايوه بالظبط.
أيوة، كل
احنا
واحد
بنعاني
حيشوف
this is the
الثاني
problem of
ويتعاون
us.
ويصافى وكل شيء. هذا
Maybe.
مفارقة
Yes.
الميتافيرس.
Other members have problems disconnected because we didn't have metaverse.
أها،
Yes, Dr. Osama, thanks so much.
شكرا.
Um,
أي حد عنده سؤال أنا مستعد. يعني عندنا محور ثالث خليناه يعني لأنه كثير اللي هو تطور الإنسانية في ظل الميتافيرس، ده موضوع ثاني يعني.
and now we move on the questions that are asked to the Dr. Rana. Are you here? Dr. Osama, Dr. Rana here?
Dr. Rana, I don't think he is here. Dr. Rana Basharat, no.
Leaving? He
He's not
leave.
here.
But
Yeah.
Dr. Alberto here. He
Dr.
can listen to us, but he can't share with me.
Dr. Alberto is not here. Huh? He cannot speak.
No, he following us, but he couldn't speak because he was very tired in a special as he have a special treatment at this time. So we can continue your conversation and end this session.
Okay, شكرا جزيلا أول حاجة لك وللمجموعة الموجودة. إذا كان في حد عنده سؤال عن موضوع الميتافيرس أنا على استعداد. إذا لم يكن هنالك من له سؤال حول الميتافيرس أعتقد أنه نختم الجلسة بتاعتنا. And I think
Okay.
if there is any
Okay.
question about metaverse, I'm ready to.
You can conclude this conversation in the second session.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. شكرا
Okay.
لكم جميعا. Thank you for everyone for joining this session. And I think it was great for us to talk about this issue together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Osama. At the end of the session, I would like to thank everyone who participated in this work, whether by speaking, organizing, or listening to what was presented by the honorable doctors. I'd like to extend my thanks to Dr. President of the International Universities Union, Dr. Mohammed Gabani, and to all gentlemen and ladies participating among all things and my pleasure of all people in this session.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank
شكرا
you, Dr.
للدكتور
Osama.
محمد القباني وللدكتورة تمارا على هذه الفرصة وعلى الجهود التي يقومون بها من أجل الإنسانية بشكل عام.
Thank you, Dr. Osama. Thank you.
Thank you.